Here are 8 natural herbs that could revolutionize how you sleep tonight, backed by scientific research spanning decades and involving millions of participants worldwide. While the pharmaceutical industry pushes synthetic sleep aids with concerning side effects, nature has provided powerful alternatives that our ancestors trusted for centuries. The numbers tell a sobering story. A staggering 852 million adults globally suffer from insomnia, which represents 16.2% of the world's population. In the United States alone, 35.2% of adults sleep less than the recommended 7 to 9 hours per night. Women get hit particularly hard, with 17.1% reporting trouble falling asleep most days, compared to just 11.7% of men. Nearly half of all university students worldwide experience insomnia symptoms, creating a generation that is exhausted before they even enter the workforce. The conventional response has been prescription sleep medications, but here is the problem. These drugs cause daytime drowsiness and cognitive impairment. Worse yet, most patients develop tolerance, which leads to escalating doses and dangerous dependency cycles. That is why millions are turning to herbal remedies that offer effectiveness without the pharmaceutical baggage. Insomnia is not just a personal struggle, it's a global epidemic with consequences that ripple through families, classrooms, and entire economies. 852 million adults worldwide now meet clinical criteria for chronic insomnia. That is more than 1 in 6 adults, according to pooled data from over 70 international studies. In the United States, more than a third of adults, 35.2%, fall short of the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. The burden is not spread evenly. 17.1% of women report frequent trouble falling asleep, compared to 11.7% of men. Among university students, nearly half experience insomnia symptoms at least once a month, a pattern tied to academic pressure, late-night screens, and caffeine-fueled schedules. The cost is measured in more than groggy mornings. Prescription sleep medications, the standard answer for decades, come with a heavy price. Meta-analyses show a 22% increase in next-day psychomotor impairment after a single dose of zolpidem. Dependence is common. About 30% of chronic users develop tolerance within 6 months, often needing higher doses to get the same effect. The FDA's own safety data links these drugs to an excess of nearly 2 deaths per 10,000 patient years when combined with opioids. Faced with these realities, millions are searching for alternatives that do not trade insomnia for a new set of risks. The search for safer, more sustainable solutions is no longer a fringe concern. It is a public health imperative. Gamma-aminobutyric acid, better known as GABA, acts as the brain's main braking system. When GABA binds to its receptor, especially the GABA-A subtype, it quiets overactive neural circuits, making sleep possible. Many prescription sleep medications like zolpidem and benzodiazepines work by enhancing GABA's effects at this very site. The result is a rapid onset of drowsiness, but often at the cost of next-day sluggishness, memory problems, and, over time, dependence. Herbal remedies tap into the same sleep pathways, but with milder, more nuanced effects. Valerian contains valerianic acid, which binds to the benzodiazepine pocket on the GABA-A receptor. Chamomile's apigenin also fits this site, though less tightly. Ashwagandha, passion flower, lemon balm, hops, and kava each bring their own active compounds, either boosting GABA release, blocking its breakdown, or gently modulating receptor activity. Lavender, meanwhile, influences GABA but also calms other arousal systems like histamine and acetylcholine. Sleep isn't a single state. The brain cycles between non-REM and REM phases, each with distinct roles. Non-REM, especially slow-wave sleep, restores the body and clears metabolic waste. REM sleep, in contrast, is when dreams unfold and emotional memories are processed. Most herbs show their greatest impact on sleep initiation, helping people fall asleep faster, while some, like lemon balm and ashwagandha, may support deeper or longer-lasting sleep. It's important to note that not all improvements are measured the same way. Many studies rely on subjective reports of how rested someone feels, while others use polysomnography, the gold standard for tracking sleep architecture. These two don't always align. Still, understanding GABA and related pathways offers a practical framework for judging which natural remedies might fit a person's sleep challenges and why their effects may feel gentler, but also safer than pharmaceutical sedatives. Valerian root, long debated between herbalists and physicians, remains one of the most studied sleep aids. A meta-analysis of 60 randomized trials covering nearly 7,000 adults found valerian doubled the odds of better sleep compared to placebo. Doses typically fall between 400 and 900 milligrams before bed. Valerianic acid, its main compound, targets GABA. A receptors, the same as many prescription sedatives, but results from objective sleep studies are mixed, leaving major sleep societies cautious. Chamomile offers a milder path. Its active flavone, apigenin, binds to the benzodiazepine site on GABA. A receptors, encouraging relaxation. In 12 controlled trials, participants using chamomile tea or 200 milligrams of extract twice daily reported fewer nighttime awakenings and steadier sleep. Chamomile is generally safe, though those with ragweed allergies should be wary. Ashwagandha, a staple in Ayurvedic medicine, is gaining clinical traction. 5 randomized trials with over 400 participants showed that 600 milligrams daily for at least 8 weeks improved sleep quality in 72% of users versus 29% on placebo. Its effects stem from lowering cortisol and boosting GABA activity. Among older adults, ashwagandha has been linked to deeper, more restorative sleep, though benefits build gradually. Passion flower, rich in flavonoids, enhances GABA transmission. Controlled studies show it can extend total sleep time and deepen slow-wave sleep. Typical use involves 250 to 500 milligrams of extract or a brewed tea before bed. For one graduate student, a nightly cup meant falling asleep faster and waking less often. Lavender works on multiple systems. Inhaled or ingested, it interacts with cholinergic and histaminergic pathways. EEG studies reveal lavender aromatherapy increases delta brainwave activity, deepening sleep. Reviews of 20 trials found most reported improved sleep quality, especially when paired with healthy routines. Hops, famous for brewing, bind to melatonin receptors and enhance GABAergic signaling. Combined with valerian, hops have shown in trials to reduce time to fall asleep, a classic pairing in both European herbalism and modern protocols. Magnesium, though not an herb, is essential for sleep. Half of US adults fall short of recommended intake, a gap linked to insomnia. Trials using 200 to 400 milligrams nightly show modest improvements in sleep efficiency and severity, working by blocking NMDA receptors and supporting GABA release. Timing and safety. Define the clinical use of herbal sleep aids. Most botanicals reach peak effect when taken 30 to 60 minutes before bed. This window is confirmed by pharmacokinetic studies of valerian, passion flower, and hops. Their active compounds, including valerianic acids and flavonoids, reach maximum plasma levels within this period, supporting their role in easing sleep onset. The standard approach begins with a single herb trial, one standardized extract at evidence-based doses for at least 2 weeks. This method clarifies individual response and side effect profile. Introducing multiple new agents or dosing outside the optimal window can obscure results and increase risk. A checklist structures safe practice. First, screen for contraindications such as sedative medications, anticoagulants, or thyroid drugs. Next, establish a baseline using a sleep diary and an insomnia severity score. Then, initiate the chosen herb or combination, instructing consistent use 30 minutes before lights out while avoiding evening caffeine and alcohol. Reassess at 2 weeks and 4 weeks, tracking changes in sleep latency, total sleep time, and adverse effects. If daytime grogginess occurs, shifting the dose earlier up to 45 minutes before bed may help. Discontinue if no meaningful improvement is seen after 1 month or if side effects persist. Combination therapy is gaining ground. A randomized controlled trial tested a fixed-dose blend of valerian 600 mg, passion flower 300 mg, and hops 200 mg nightly for 4 weeks. Results showed sleep latency dropped by 15 minutes, total sleep time increased by 25 minutes, and insomnia severity scores fell by over 4 points compared to placebo. Side effects were mild, mainly brief stomach upset or mild drowsiness, and no liver toxicity was observed at recommended doses. The synergy likely comes from overlapping action at GABA A and melatonin receptors, a convergence rarely matched by single agents. Safety is paramount. GABAergic herbs can intensify sedative effects of prescription hypnotics, benzodiazepines, or alcohol. Kava and valerian interact with liver enzymes, altering drug metabolism. Liver function monitoring is prudent with kava or high-dose hops, and INR checks are needed if combined with anticoagulants. For chronic illness or polypharmacy, medical consultation is essential before starting any regimen. These protocols translate evidence into a measured, safety-first plan for better sleep. Tonight, 1 in 3 adults worldwide still struggles to sleep. As concerns about prescription side effects grow, evidence-based herbs offer real, if nuanced, alternatives, provided that safety and medical guidance remain central. The path to better sleep isn't magic, but informed choice. What's your experience with natural sleep aids?